Let's go. Let's go. SBK. Alive. We coming up.
Nina Sky. Nori.
Gemstar.
Big Mato.
Come on. What you say?
Boricua, morena, dominicano, colombiano.
Las cosas de Panchita, unos dicen que ha empeorado, otros que el mal se le quita. Ahora mismo ya le ha dado por montar su potro el pelo y le quita la montura a trotar con él sin freno, porque dicen que domina la gracia divina del bello animal, porque dicen que su mal se cura montando al pelo, porque dicen que su mal se cura montando al pelo. Cosas de Panchita, unos dicen que ha empeorado, otros que el mal se le quita. Ahora mismo ella le ha dado por montar su potro al pelo y le quita la montura a trotar con él sin freno, porque dicen que domina la gracia divina del bello animal, porque dicen que su mal se cura montando al pelo, porque dicen que su mal se cura montando al pelo. Ese bello animal. ¡Qué jaleo!
Ay, 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 ella monta el pelo.
Le da locura, le entra la locura a esa mujer y le tumba el pelo.
Ay, 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 ella monta el pelo.
Lo va a desbaratar al pobre animal. Sí, señores, lo va a desbaratar. Porque le arranca el pelo.
Si la dejan sola, ella le arranca el pelo.
Porque dicen que domina la gracia divina de ese animal.
Si la dejan sola, ella le arranca el pelo.
Y si alguien se lo toca, se pone celosa y le puede pegar.
Está buena para hacer maldades. Recuerdo cuando en tu cama dormí, que dijiste que tú no podías vivir sin. Are you ready, man? Por eso, mami, no me dejes solo.
Papi, no me dejes sola.
gente, bienvenidos a KXVS 92.1 FM, la radio de la comunidad. Hey, welcome to KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate you in a big way. Of course, you have tuned in to Sabor Latino for Thursday. Oh my goodness, this week is it's just going by so fast. So tomorrow's going to be Fiesta Friday. And hopefully I'll have a DJ that comes in and does a little mixes. If not, then we'll have it on Saturday on La Voz. And usually that's where we do have local DJs that come in and do a little mix for us, you know. So if you do know of a DJ out there, let them know that I'm looking. Give them my number, okay? My number 209-467-4455. Let them know that he's got some time or she's got some time on the radio right here. An opportunity to be able to do your own radio show, you know, live. Yes, live. As long as it's got some Latino music, hey, I'm good. It could be funk. It could be old school. It could be oldies but goodies. Those golden. Oh, that's me. I love oldies but goodies. It could be reggaeton. It could be cumbias, you know, a little bit of banda. Whatever you would like, it would be your show. And like I said, I'm always looking. If Saturday doesn't work, then it could always be on Fridays, on Fiesta Fridays. So give me a call. Let me know, okay? Remember that we are a community radio station. Look us up on thevoiceofstockton.org. That way you can find all the forms and everything you need to become a member. We do need your support because, of course, we are a nonprofit. You know what that means, right? Yep, 100% community funded. So if you haven't done your good deed for the new year, become a member today, okay? Look us up on the Voice of Stockton and you can make your contribution right there. Just hit the GoFundMe button or even the PayPal. And at the end of the year, like always, because we are nonprofit, this would be a great write-off for your business, for your event, for whatever it is that you want to put out there, all right? So know that. We are located right here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California. Remember that too, okay? You could always come on by and visit us. You know, we're at 231 Bedford Road off Pacific Avenue and Bedford. Easy to find. We're right across the street from Werlo's Restaurant. All right, so there you go. Now you got all the information, so pass it down. Let other people know that they have a community radio station right here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California. Whoop, whoop. Did I tell you that this is Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez? Well, it is. So now we have Joe Baton with Sadie. She Smokes featuring Joycelyn Brown. And then before that, I had also a Latin strut with Joe Baton, Daddy Yankee, and Winston Yandel with No Me Dejes Solo. Monte al Palo, that was Oscar de Leon, and Jack Constanzo with La La.
She started dancing in a disco uptown, and the men went crazy. Sadie was the lady. Oh, well, she danced and danced through the night, oh, with the body that was made out of sight. And from the spotlight, her face was all
Barbara Berrigan Perea with Delta Flows, a radio show by the Voice of Stockton and Restore the Delta. This is the weekly radio show where we discuss everything Delta related: the environment, water management, water quality, farming, history and culture, public events, recreation, Delta food, and the arts. Tune in to Delta Flows on KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at KXVS Radio.
KXVS on 92.1 coming soon.
KXVS.
And of course, yes, this is KXVS, but you are listening to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do you know that Stockton's on, well, let's see, it's Hansel and Gretel. And this is going to take, I was looking for the actual address to see where this is going to be happening. It looks to me like it's Faye Spano's Concert Center at the University of Pacific. So Hansel and Gretel, Stockton's Opera, they're going to be having a nice play for the young at heart. A timeless tale of enchantment. And you know what? I'm looking at the prices and they look pretty reasonable. And of course, you could get more information, your tickets at the Symphony box office at 209-951-0196. Or you could get a hold of them on www.stocktonsymphony.org. Again, this is January the 12th, so that means tomorrow. And it's going to go through the 14th. So, yeah, that would be it at the University of the Pacific, Faye Spano's Concert Center. Music director is Peter Jaffa, and then producing stage director is James Hafner. So there you go. If you have nothing to do, check out Hansel and Gretel. And don't forget the NAACP Stockton branch is having the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 5K, 10K run, and a walk. Rain or shine, they're going to be out there registering people bright and early. I'm talking 7:30 a.m. So you need to be out there nice and early if you want to register. Save the date, Saturday, January the 13th. That's just around the corner, right? It's weekend. So yeah, this Saturday. Register at www.itsyourrace.com/event courses with an S .aspx ID equals 9873. All right, so now you have that information. So if you want to partake in the 5K or the 10K run, or even just walk it, that is the day to do it. Saturday, this coming Saturday. All right, there you go. I wish there was a phone number, but I don't see one. But just look them up on their website, and I'm sure you'll be able to get all the information that you need. All right. Remember that we are looking for individuals that would like to partake and help out here at the radio station. This is your community radio station, KXVS. We're looking for creators, producers, communicators, collaborators, managers, supporters, helpers. Yeah, people like you. Inquire within right here, kxvs.org/volunteer. And you know, I think it was last week when I mentioned something really cute, and I thought this would be kind of neat to share again. Listen to this. 1 minute of anger weakens the immune system for 5 hours. 1 minute. Can you believe that? 1 minute of anger weakens the immune system for 5 hours. Now, 1 minute of laughter strengthens the immune system for 24 hours. Can you believe that? Yo! So yeah, definitely that 1 minute of laughter, you rock. You know, I love the idea of laughing and knowing that it's strengthening my immune system. You know, not only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 24 hours. There you go. Much better right there. So when there's a comedy club going on somewhere, or you know, comedians get ready to perform, get on out there with your friend, with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your tío, your tía, whoever, you know, and have fun. Have fun laughing, because of course that's healing, right? It is healing. Not only that, but you know what's healing too is music right here on KXVS 92.1 FM, the Voice of Stockton. And of course, you're tuned into Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. Time for the oldies but goodies. Enjoy.
Please, 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 please tell me you're going to. Now your daddy don't mind, and your mommy don't mind, if we have another dance, yeah, just one more time.
new. Yes, you have. You think you found your dream come true. That's alright, because I'd rather say it now, 'cause it's gonna hurt more after a while. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. After a while, I can't take it. We can't make it. No need to feel ashamed. Why try to hide it? You can't deny it. That new love has set your heart aflame. Oh, how it hurts for me to be blue. Yes, it does. Oh, how it hurts to be without you. Yes, it does. But I'd rather end it now, 'cause it's gonna hurt more after a while. Yes, it will. After a while, and I'd rather end it now.
You do want me, give me a little sugar. If you don't want me, don't leave me on, girl. But if you need me, show me that you love me. And when I'm feeling blue and I want you, there's just one thing that you should do. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. Oh, yeah. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my darling, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. You do want me, give me little sweet talk. If you don't want me, don't leave me on, girl. But if you need me, show me that you love me. And when I'm feeling down, wearing a frown, you be there when I look around. And just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. But just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. Oh, yeah. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my darling, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. Just give me some kind of sign. Sign. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. I say, boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. You got me doing funny things like a clown. Just look at me. When you wear your high-hole boots with your hip hugger suit, it's alright. You're out of sight. And you wear that cute mini skirt with your brother's sloppy shirt. I admit it, girl, that I can't dig it. Then I say, boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me. I say, boogum now, baby, you're casting your spell on me.
yeah. My baby's casting spells on me. Now mercy, mercy on me. All right. When you wear those big earrings, long hair and things, you got style, girl, that show is wild. And you wear that cute trench coat and you're standing and posing. You got soul, you got too much soul. I just said Stockton, said Stockton, said Stockton, now casting your spell on me.
Darling, oh, when we get married, we'll have a big celebration. Send invitation to all our friends and relations. We'll have a ball.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, stand now, stand by me, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me.
Oh my goodness, what awesome oldies but goodies. You know what? I have to give thanks to, of course, Christopher Jimenez. He was a DJ that I worked beside in the past at KOP. And, you know, I was at the University Pacific when we used to broadcast from the Burns Tower. Can you believe that? Yeah. Our transmitter was at the very top of the tower, and we would broadcast a Chicano community program back in the day. And you know what? I love it because it takes me back to such fond memories, you know, with the staff, with Mario Hernandez, Ponce Ruiz, Robert Navarro. And, you know, just some beautiful people, you know, and even Joker. And so, you know, I just wanted to mention them because every time I hear these oldies but goodies, you know, it just takes me way back. And Chris Jimenez was one of the DJs. Matter of fact, I'm trying to convince him to do his own show here. But hopefully that will happen. If not, then I will still have him come in as a guest because he will always be my backup DJ guest, you know, always. What a beautiful person. But he brought in a lot of oldies but goodies, and he let us burn them, or what is the new term? Rip? I could not get used to that term because every time they say, well, you got to rip a song or rip the CD. And I'm like thinking, why do they want to break the CD? Rip? Yeah, okay. I'm old school. Yeah. So what? I'm learning, but you know what? I'm keeping up with everybody, all the latest technology over here. So I'm even impressed. I impress myself every now and then thinking, shoot, I've been able to keep up with the guys here. Because yes, I'm old school. I'm 8-track. I'm cassette. I'm reel to reel. But that's quite all right because you know what? I'm able to hold my own right here. So anyways, I just thought I'd share that with you. Chris Jimenez, I'm waiting for you. Give me a call because, you know, would love to have you back. But definitely anybody that has some oldies but goodies out there and you want to donate them, you know, I'll put your name right out there. Yeah, I will do that for you. So, yeah, if you do that, then you can actually send them in right here at KXVS 92.1 FM, the Voice of Stockton. And the address here is 231 Bedford Road in Stockton, California, 95204. Did you get that? Very simple, okay? Because I actually had, you know, a gentleman all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, send me some CDs of his music. And let me tell you, awesome CDs. And I have been playing them. So I thank him and thank anybody that chooses to do that. You know what? That would be a good way to promote your band. Good way to promote you as a DJ if that's what you do on the side. Why not, you know? I'm always looking for DJs for Saturday's show because we have La Voz on Saturday, and that's where, you know, we let DJs come in and do their own show between the hours of 4 and 7 so they could do their mixes and bring their music and share with the community. And if you're a DJ out there and would like to do that, hey, give me a call and I'll get you on the calendar, because my calendar is not completely full yet, but pretty soon. And if I could get you on that Saturday, or even maybe even a Friday, on Fiesta Friday, that would work as well. So give me a call and we'll set you up. Give me a call right here at the office, 209-467-4455, and we'll get you a show. And hey, you'll be on the radio. How cool is that? I think that's pretty cool. Well, anyways, I wanted to let you know about some of the community events that's happening. One of them, of course, is one that I'm going to attend. It's the Undocumented Student Allies at the San Joaquin Delta College presents Delta Dream Conference. So save this date, write it down on your calendar, 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, January the 27th, 2018. At San Joaquin Delta College, and that's 5151 Pacific Avenue, Stockton, California, 95207. Reserve your free spot at tinyurl.com/Delta Dream. Okay? Join us at the San Joaquin Delta College to learn about the opportunities and the resources available for the undocumented high school and college students, parents, educators, and their allies. For more information, please contact academic advisor at deltacollege.edu. And that their number is 209-954-5151, extension 6284. Again, the number is 209-954-5151, extension 6284. This is hosted by Counseling and Special Services, Office of Student Equity and Diversity, and in partnership with the Admission and Records, Financial Aid, MESA, Student and Community Outreach, Community Agencies. Again, this is happening at San Joaquin Delta College. Don't miss it. This is an event that, is pretty important, because you know what? I do believe in supporting our dreamers. You know what? They're our future. They know no other home but US of A. So yeah, they have my support completely. And if I could get one of the dreamers to come out and, talk about this event right here on the radio, I would love that. I would love that. If you know of somebody, please give them my number. My number here is 209-467-4455, Betty Ramirez, and let them know that I'm looking. I know that they're going to have speakers, and they're going to be doing all sorts of different things. And let's see, I'd like to know who the speakers are. And definitely, So if you can do that for me, I would appreciate that, okay? And just pass the word down so that way they can get someone to come in and share with the community right here. Okay? All right. And then there's something else happening. It's the San Joaquin Delta College L.H. Horton Jr. Gallery presents Fine Art Faculty Show. Oh, this is going to be pretty neat. January the 27th, and it's going to go through February the 9th, 2018. Reception follows, on February the 1st, and the reception is at 5, and it goes till 7 p.m. Gallery events, exhibition blessing ceremony presented by Linda Medina, January the 25th, 8:15 to 10:30 a.m. at the Horton Gallery. Artist Talk with Professor Mario Moreno, and that is February the 7th, 12 noon to 1 p.m. And again, that's at the Horton Gallery. Mario Moreno, Reflections of New York, Spring 2017. And that is sabbatical work. And exhibiting artists will be Gary Carlos, Danita Cook, Shinny Cruces, Ronald Huck, Michael Leonard, Mario Moreno, Kristen Russell, Ruth Santine, Bob Shoemaker. And so there you go. And you know what? I'm going to give you a little bit of information on the hours for the gallery. And that is Tuesdays 11 a.m. to 4, Wednesdays from 11 to 6. And that goes till Thursday. And then Friday, it looks like it closes a little early, 11 to 1. And then on January the 27th, 11 to 3 p.m. at the San Joaquin Delta College, L.H. Horton Jr. Gallery at the Shima Center, and that's 144. And the address there is 5151 Pacific Avenue, Stockton, California, 95207. If you want more information at the gallery, it's 209-954-5507, or get a hold of them at thegallery.deltacollege.edu. And again, if you have an event that you would like for me to broadcast, promote right here off the Miracle Mile, because this is where we're located at. Isn't that cool? Yeah, a lot of history right here. KXVS 92.1 FM. Yeah, just get a hold of me and I will make sure I will put it out there. Send me a flyer, drop off a flyer, you know, whatever you want to do. Look us up on thevoiceofstockton.org. And there you go. There's all the information there. Oh, one more. Interested in health careers? Oh, that's my daughter. I'm going to have to drag her over here to be able to attend this event. It is Saturday, February the 3rd, 2018, Stockton Health Empowerment Conference. Oh, this is a good one. Register at at 2018.evenbright.com. Calling on all high school and college students. The 4th Annual Chic Conference, organized by the UC Davis medical students and featuring dozens of college and healthcare programs, was designed to educate and empower students to achieve their dreams by providing firsthand access to students, doctors, and professionals from a variety of health care fields. Now, isn't this cool? Okay, students, any students that are looking to become nurses, doctors, you definitely need to attend. Students today, doctors tomorrow. Yeah, whoop, whoop. Love that, love that, love that. So register. Let's see, it is a free registration at chic 2018.evenbright.com. Interactive workshops with medical students, admission and financial aid, health professionals panels and workshops. Location, of course, is at San Joaquin Delta College, 5151 Pacific Avenue, Stockton, California. Love saying that because this is my hometown, Stockton, yes. And then they're going to have a keynote speaker. Stockton local, UOP graduate and former NASA astronaut, Jose Hernandez. You know, I went to school with him. Yeah, I sure did. Franklin High. Yeah, we're Yellow Jackets. Anyway, so he's going to be the keynote speaker, which I think is pretty cool. Do not forget the date, February the 3rd, Saturday, 2018. Write it down on your calendar, okay? Stockton's Health Empowerment Conference. Can't go wrong right there. You definitely need to attend if you are looking into something in the medical field. That's my baby, and that's my Naomi. I'm going to have to bring her, and we're going to have to attend together. So, yeah. If you like everything about your community radio station, you know what? If you haven't done a good deed at the beginning of the year, then hey, do a good deed and support your community radio because we definitely need it. We are what? 100%, proudly 100% community funded. So that means, yes, the community helps us out. And if you'd like to become a member, it's only what? $25 is nothing. Be part of this wonderful radio station, okay? And like the banner reads over there, join KXVS and let's make Stockton better together. Thevoiceofstockton.org, that's where you can find all the forms and everything that you need to become a member. Be part of this awesome, awesome radio station over here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California. Yes, Stockton, California. Love it, love it. This is my hometown. It is such a beautiful city. It has a lot to offer. And so would love for you to come on by and visit us sometime. Or easy to find. We're at 231 Bedford Road, Stockton, California, right off Pacific Avenue. We're right across the street from Werlo's restaurant. And then we have a big old sign that reads KXVS 92.1 FM out front. So there's no way you would miss us. Okay? Remember, send in your donation, underwrite some of our programs, support us, sponsor us. We would love to hear from you. And if you'd like to help and be part of this radio station, we are looking for individuals that would like to donate some of their time. Inquire within at kxvs.org/volunteer. What do you think? You think you could do that? I think you can. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here we go. We're going to get back to some more music. And let's see. I know I had a lot of oldies but goodies, which were great. And oh, how it hurts. Give me a little sign. Let's see. Boogum. When we get married. Stand by me. I mean, those oldies but goodies rock, right? Well, now we're going to have a little bit of war with In Masaklan and Tower of Power. right here on Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez.
I dreamed of a place that is always on my mind. On my mind. It's where the blue waters run down the mountainside to the sea.
Never seen such a sight. Moon makes the day of the night. The wonders your eyes behold within old Mexico's soul. Your joy you cannot control.
When God made you, He had a lot to do. In a day or two, you were my dreams come true. Soul searching I if only you were mine, we'd have a mellow time, a picking flowers, drink of wine, rivers of love flowing a time or so
our race. Only difference in our culture, the human race should not fall victim to the racist vulture who lurks in the dark, preying on the weak. We can't just act like cattle, come on, things aren't that bleak. Well, maybe it's a sign, a time to join hands, a time for unity, and to help a fellow man, to the black, to the brown, to the white, oh man, whatever. Come on everybody, we got to try to stay together.
Every night, mama woke, heard a fight. Someone smoked her baby boy. He wasn't doing no dope. All her thoughts turned to tears, hurt and loss, sirens did, causing pain, breeding fear. Her pride and joy's no longer here. So I calmed her down, but soothing words cannot be found when life spins round and round, overrunning, burning town. But we can take a stand. Yes, there's a struggle at hand. Gonna fix this crazy world. Yes, I know we can.
Yo, just you and me, give me your hand, I'll be your friend, I understand, without compromise every day, right till the end, yeah. So stop the violence and increase the peace. These are not just words, but a plan we must concede to. Open your hearts and open your minds to the reality, the morality, and the ties that bind.
So now you know, those lines will never be severed. Cause as long as we're in it together. And take a look around, don't be blind, don't be oblivious to the obvious signs. Tick tock, tick, time is on our side, and this ain't a free ride. It takes work, it takes will, and especially pride. So reach deep inside and pull out a feather, cause as long as we're in it forever. Yo quiero bailar en tu calor. Nena, yo quiero bailar en tu calor. Si tú no sabes bailar, es una cosa que tengo. Te voy a enseñar a bailar, bailar en tu calor.
And who was that? None other than Malo with Nena. And then we had Together with Tierra, Tower of Power with Sparkling in the Sand, and En Mazatlan with War. And of course, Ben E. King with Stand By Me. And you know what? You're listening to KXVS 92.1 FM. And you know what? This is your community radio. Not only that, but you are in tune to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. Guess who I have online? Oh my goodness, I can't wait. This is a creative director, artist, and member of the first design team that created the iconic Apple brand. And so, can you hear me, Carlos Perez? Carlos?
Yes, I'm here.
Loud and clear. I can hear you very, very well. I'm excited.
This is fantastic.
Thank you.
I wish I could have heard the music that you were playing, because those are some of my favorite tunes.
Oh my goodness. Yes, favorite of ours too over here, because you know what? That takes me back to the Chicano Comida program days. You remember that with Mario Hernandez?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I hear those songs, it takes me back.
Yes, it does. Me too.
Back to where I first heard them, and that was in Stockton.
Stockton, California. That's right. And it was on the Chicano Community Program where we always played the Latin sounds of Malo Santana. I mean, I just name it. And you know what? I try to bring back that music so that we could continue with Sabor Latino, which, you know, later the Chicano Community Program was changed to Sabor Latino, and I'm able to do that right here at your community radio station. Is that cool or what?
I think that's awesome.
I love it. And so I know that you've been doing a lot of stuff here in the community all over the place. And I love the fact that you are out there and doing all sorts of really neat stuff. You need to share with us. Give us a little history for individuals that don't know you as well. So that way they could know exactly who we're talking about and what you have planned for the future.
Okay. Well, you know, I was born in Mexico City. And came to the U.S. in 1960. We arrived in downtown Stockton at the Greyhound bus, and we had taken the Greyhound bus all the way from the Frontera all the way to Stockton. And my mom had got us a small little apartment there on the corner of Hunter and Sutter.
Hunter and Sutter.
It was called the Park Hotel, and we moved in there. My mom worked down the street at a restaurant, and she got a job there. And then her goal, when she brought us here, was get these kids some education. That was her goal, and she accomplished that for the most part. Both my brother and I went on to beyond high school and into junior college. My brother went into the service, and I went to Delta College. And from there, from Delta, I studied there. I began to study my art career there, began to sort of formalize it. And then in 1972, I was accepted to San Jose State, where I came to the art program at San Jose State. And from there, spent 2 years sort of homing in my skills in terms of my artistic skills. And eventually what happened was that there was a call for portfolios at the end of the 2 years, and I placed in the top 3 portfolios of the class, and I was given an award, and the award was that we got to get into the field, to the arena, working arena, because it was an apprenticeship that they gave me.
Right.
And that apprenticeship ended up, fortuitously for me, it ended up being at Regis McKenna Advertising Agency, who became the first agency of record for Apple Computers, Inc. Steve Jobs walked in the door one day and said that he wanted to see if the agency would carry the account, and they worked it out. And then we went to work in terms of getting the deliverables that Steve Jobs wanted us to create for him. Everything from the logo. I am the man. I am considered to be the person that drew the Apple logo. And I also created
You are the man. I love that.
I created the first Apple magazine. I art directed that. I also art directed the first Apple user newsletters. And we created a ton of other content that they needed for the announcement and to launch Apple Computers, Inc. into the world. But also we also did all the branding for all the equipment. At the time, it was the Apple II, which only had one megabyte of memory. So that's not very much.
Wow.
But you know, that's where it started. It started with 1 megabyte of memory capacity, and then it went up from there. Now, you know, at lightning speed today, you get access to the internet. You get all kinds of things, and now we even carry the cell phone around with us.
Well, our computers. We carry our little computers.
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
That is so awesome that you're part of that. Yeah.
The logo is world renowned today. Of course, if I would have known back then that it was going to be world renowned,
Tell me you're still receiving royalties, Carlos.
No, I would have just told Steve Jobs, "Hey, I don't want any money. Just give me some of your stock."
Oh,
right.
Yes.
That's what I would have done if I would have known that Apple was going to become. They were just another client. We were just doing another job, creating another logo, creating another magazine.
Wow.
Because we created a lot of literature and a lot of branding, a lot of logos and identities and so forth for a lot of the early pioneers of the Silicon Valley. Like Intel, today you hear the little advertising that says Intel inside.
Yes.
Well, I was there when we were doing advertising and promotional content for Intel as well. That was one of the other clients that Regis McKenna had.
Yes.
Wow. So I was just very fortunate that I landed at the right time here in San Jose. It was 1972. By 1975, we had already began work on the Apple account, and then right around 1980, I left to go work for IBM Corporation because they wanted to hire me, and I went to go work for them, and I worked as a independent contractor for them for probably a good 20 years or so.
Okay.
Of my career. Fast forward to right around the time that Steve Jobs passed away, I was moving from one location to another, and I know Damien Trujillo from KNTV. Is that Channel 3 here in San Jose?
Okay.
It's Telemundo and NBC,
Uh-huh.
and that's who he worked for at the time, or he still does.
He's still working at Telemundo?
David Trujillo. He also has a program called Comunidad del Valle here in San Jose.
Comunidad del Valle.
He approached me at an event that we were at. We were at a formal dinner, and he said, "Hey, didn't you used to work for Apple Computers Inc.?" And I said, "Well, no, I didn't work for Apple Computers Inc. I worked for Regis McKenna advertising agency, who was the first agency of record for Apple Computers Inc. That's how I was very fortuitous or very blessed, or whatever you want to call it. That
Fortunate? Oh, my
they
goodness.
ended up giving me that project.
Yes.
Because back in the day, all the artwork was all created by hand, right? There was no digital anything yet.
Yes.
The best that they had was something that was sort of a glamorized typewriter that did some word processing, and it was just, like I said, it was a glorified typewriter and a glorified calculator. Basically, that's what the machine was, the Apple II. So we went and fulfilled the work. And then here we are, roughly, about 40, almost 50 years later, and now it's world known. The Apple brand, the products and services, and the brand, which is that apple with a bite out of it.
Yes.
Well, I'm the artist that drew that at the beginning of the whole thing. Now, I also want to clarify to everybody that there was another colleague of mine at the time at the agency. His name is Rob Janoff. And Rob Janoff is actually the individual that conceptualized what that little icon or that little Apple logo might look like.
Uh-huh.
We presented 3 different options to Apple, to Steve Jobs. Okay. And he selected actually that little thumbnail sketch. We call it a thumbnail sketch of the Apple.
Yes.
And then following that meeting, they turned around to me and said, "Here, go develop this." And so then I went to work and put my skill sets that I had learned not only here at San Jose State, but also at Delta Junior College, where I went to school. Yes. And then I also was in the art class at Edison High School. Art had always been a part of my life.
What year were you at Delta College, Carlos? What year?
I was there from 1970 to 1972.
70, okay.
Yeah.
I started 79. I started 80 and 82. Okay.
So you basically you were 10 years after me. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's sort of a little bit of how this whole thing transpired.
The history of this.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to where you could still get something on this, Carlos, because, this is your creation, too. This is your artwork, There's got to be some kind of compensation. Come on. We got to dig. We got to really look into this, because I have a feeling you still have opportunities there.
Opportunities where?
Well, to be able to collect some kind of royalties for this logo.
I'm sorry, you kind of cutting out on me.
I'm saying that there has to be a way that you can still be able to collect something, some kind of royalties on this logo, because.
Well, no. It's not like that. I don't really. That's not of interest to me. What's an interest to me right now, and as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to launch a 5-year plan.
Tell me about that plan. Tell me about it.
Well, what we're going to be basically doing. See, what I would like to do is tell the story of how I came to be that individual that ended up drawing the Apple logo.
Right.
So I was born in Mexico City. as I said. By the age of 2, we had already left Mexico City. My mom took us, and we went back to Jalisco, where my mom was from.
My
mom
father's
had
from
gone
Jalisco
to
también. That's crazy.
My mom had gone to Mexico City to find work.
Right.
And not only did she find work, but she also managed to find and give me birth there in Mexico City. My father was a doctor there at the Red Cross, La Cruz Roja, it's called in Mexico. And that's where my dad worked. He was a military doctor, and he met my mom there, and they hit it off. And
you were born.
I was born. And so I was born in Mexico City.
Wow.
So my goal today, in the next couple of years, we're mounting an exhibition that's going to be basically a traveling exhibition, taking the path that I took from the time that I was born to now. Okay. And what that means for me is that I was born in Mexico City. I want to go back there and do a major exhibition of my work there in Mexico City. Then the exhibit is going to travel, and it's going to travel to Guadalajara. Okay, because I lived in Jalisco for my adolescent years until I was about 9 years old. Then we left Jalisco. And we came up to the border, basically, the Mexican border, where it borders with Tijuana. And so we moved to Tijuana and San Diego, that area. We sort of we lived in Tijuana, but my mom worked in actually she worked in La Jolla for a doctor.
Okay.
And so. While she was preparing her paperwork. So the exhibit will then, from Guadalajara, will go to San Diego, and it will be a mutual exhibition that will be held in San Diego and also in TJ or Tijuana. Okay. Following that, the exhibition then will go to Stockton because that's the next place in the route of my career and my life. And then from there, it's going to travel here to the Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Our good friend is Senor Rios from Stockton. You know him, Doctor, or rather, Mr. Rios was a teacher of mine back at Delta College. He taught Chicano study.
Yes.
And he's a musician, he's a writer, he's an artist as well. And he's been very responsible for getting me sort of hooked back in with Stockton, and has made a lot of really nice he's really kind of put himself out there to support me in getting me reconnected with where I consider my hometown. You know, I mean, a good deal of my adolescence and my upbringing was in Stockton. So he coined the exhibition, its title, From the Valley of Mexico to the Silicon Valley.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
And so right now we're in the process of doing all the work, number one, that will be required for this exhibition. Like I said, there'll be a traveling exhibition. It'll be basically the same exhibition from city to city. And it will probably take a couple of years to make its round.
Well, Carlos, when it does happen, get a hold of me. Call me.
Oh, no, we will.
And let me know so that way we can let the community know. Okay? This is important information.
The other thing that I'm doing with this exhibit and is that we're hooking up with it's a travel agency called Dulce Vida Travel.
Dulce Vida Travel. Got it.
Yeah, in fact, you can look them up at www.dulcevidatravel.com. Okay, and basically, what they hired me to come on board with them, and what we're going to be doing is not only am I going to be having an exhibition at these different cities, but we're going to invite you that if you want to come and go to these exhibitions with us.
Yes, yes, count me in, Carlos.
You will be docent by me at whatever city we go to, and you will also have an opportunity to have a nice vacation.
Oh,
okay,
that sounds beautiful.
So that's our goal in a nutshell to what I want to what we have planned in the next 5 years.
Oh, count me in, Carlos. I'm in.
Okay.
Then that way it gives me an opportunity to be able to cover it and then have information I could send to the radio, because we're not only just audio, we are also video as well. So we can, matter of fact, all the time that you've been talking, Carlos, I've been putting up your baby picture. I've been putting up all your pictures that you have on Facebook. Every single picture, artsy, but the one of the babies the best. Oh my goodness, what a cutie you were.
Thank you.
But I love the fact that your mama's got you wrapped around with her shawl, and that's a shawl that they use in Mexico, and still today they use it. Wrap around the baby, around your body, and you're tied up really tight, and she could let go, and you would be.
That's the way they.
Yeah.
That's the way, women today still carry little kids in rebosos in Mexico.
Yes.
When I go to Mexico,
rebosos, they're called rebosos, right?
Yeah. When I go to Mexico and I visit down there, I always see, but because look.
Oh, we're going to have to bring back some rebosos, that's an in thing.
Nosotros vinimos de pobreza.
Yeah.
No vinimos de mucho dinero.
Yep.
And so the reboso was something that was affordable.
Yes.
And back in those days, they didn't have all the little carrying gadgets that they have today for carrying your kids.
Right. That was our bag. Yeah.
It's interesting that some of those ideas are basically the same as a reboso.
Yeah, it's our
reboso
backpack.
Is actually
you are so right.
To carry your child safely and cuddle him. They're very much sort of a cuddle, sort of protected way that the women would wrap themselves.
You know what, Carlos? I call it the snuggly. There's a snuggly. There is a snuggly that you can use today, because I actually used it for my children, my 3 girls.
The reboso is the original.
It sure is. Yeah. And then it was made out of nylon, so it was really strong, and they could wrap themselves tight, and like I said, they could just have the baby on their chest and have their hands free to be able to do whatever they got to do, and the baby would be secure.
Right, exactly, and in style, because the color and the
colores,
are endless,
vibrant colors,
and it's regional
beautiful
too. It's regional.
Yes.
If you go to Oaxaca, you get one kind of style of reboso. If you go to San Miguel de Allende, you get a different style. If you go to Guadalajara, Jalisco, you get a different style altogether.
Yep, you're right.
So that's sort of the world that I was born into, and I feel very blessed and very honored to have achieved the things that I have achieved.
I'm proud of you, Carlos. I'm so proud of you.
You come. We as Mexicanos, we are heirs to this land.
Yes.
So I don't care if they put up a border or not.
Right.
The bottom line is that the Southwest is Mexico.
That's home.
I mean, we are Mexican. This is our homeland.
Yes.
Just like other people around the world have their homeland.
Right.
Like the Jewish people or the Palestinians or whatever. We also have a homeland. We're indigenous to this land.
Yes.
Mexicanos are indigenous to this land, to right here, to the Southwest.
I hear
nobody, I don't care who it is, I don't care if it's even Trump, He's not going to bounce us out of here. We're here to stay.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
We're here to stay.
I hear you.
Because why? Because we belong here. This is where our ancestors are from the Southwest.
I hear you.
The Mexica, who I'm Mexica. This is where we came from. We came from the Southwest. It was a trek that they made all the way to Mexico City because they were trying to find water.
Yes.
And they had a dream, and they said that there was a lake there, and that inside that lake there was an island, and on that island was an eagle. It was perched,
and the serpent.
And it had a serpent in his mouth.
That's right.
And then the La Ciudad Mexicana was born.
And that's what they were actually looking for to happen, because they said once they would see that eagle and the serpent, that would be the sign of where their home would be built.
Yeah.
And so that was it.
There's
some history there.
It's very similar. The story is very similar to the Jews that left that left the Nile Valley, Egypt, and went and Moses took them out of there and took them into the wilderness for 40 years. They were wandering around 40 years.
Yes.
Eventually, they found what they were looking for.
Surviving on manna.
Exactly. It's the same story. It's not any different. It's very much the same story.
Right.
So now it's time for me to venture out into a global, globally to tell this story of mine of what happened to this little Mexicano that came from Mexico. At 7 years old, for whatever reason, my aunt began to send me to a profesora that taught painting. She was an artist.
Yes.
And I think part of it was probably to get me off the street as a little boy. You know, I was travieso. And so...
Well, you were a little boy. You were into everything.
My aunts were always looking after me, you know?
Yeah.
And so they sent me to begin to learn how to paint and how to draw. And I got hooked at 7 years old, and from there on I carried those things in my life, and I continued to develop them to where I am today.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I am so glad I was able to get a hold of you today. You know,
me too. Me too.
Everything happens for a reason. You know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I truly believe in that.
I tutor young artists, as well as old artists, as well as seniors. You know, I today here in my home, I tutor in my studio. I tutor young people. I have a student that's 9 years old. She's incredibly creative.
Wonderful.
I tutor her.
Very talented.
I have one student that was born with a lot of challenges to stay alive in his life. His name is Marcus Espinoza, and Marcus is a young 30-year-old artist that's doing some fantastic stuff. And I want to also begin to nurture their careers so that they might also have the opportunities bestowed to them. Because, you know, you just have to, once I knew what I wanted to do, and that was, believe me, that was very early in my life, fortunately. By the time I was in high school, I already knew what I wanted to do.
That is wonderful.
And I stuck to it, and I saw it through.
Good for you.
And that's very important. I tell young people that all the time, you know, how important it is to follow your gut feeling.
Follow your dreams.
Follow it and pursue it. Don't drop it. Even if you have...
Don't veer off.
If you have difficult times or whatever, just keep at it. Keep at it, you know. And eventually, I believe that you will be rewarded with the honor of being what you want to be in life. But you also have to make it happen.
Yes.
God willing that it happens for you, you know.
Well, it won't fall on your lap, that's for sure. So definitely you got to get up and you got to keep plugging at it because, yes, eventually it will happen. And the more original whatever it may be, the better because you know what? There's so many copycats out there. There's so many, everything that's duplicated. You know, people like new. They like originality.
Just look at the contributions that we have made, Mexicanos have made to the U.S., okay? Yes. From a creative standpoint, we just recently released a wonderful story, Coco, a wonderful story.
I haven't seen the movie yet, Carlos, but I plan to.
A little boy
yes.
that had this determination to do what he did, you know? And the other, it tells a wonderful story, and it tells the story correctly
and
about
it's animated.
Dia de los Muertos and what does it really mean. You know, it's not Halloween. Dia de los Muertos is beyond that. It's much more spiritual.
Yes.
It's much more enlightening.
It's remembering our ancestors.
Halloween.
Yeah,
Halloween is only about scaring you and about sort of a scary thing. But Dia de los Muertos is not a scary thing at all because it's part of the fabric of who we are culturally.
Right.
You know.
It's remembering our ancestors, our family.
Now we have Mexican food. Everywhere you look in the world now, you find Mexican food.
Everybody knows what a burrito is. Everybody knows what a enchilada is.
Our música.
Quesadillas.
Is also another thing that has been picked up by everybody.
Why do you think I'm still a DJ? La música does something to me, you know?
We can go on and on and on about all the contributions that we made in this country.
Music recharges me up, right? Yep, all the time.
So it kind of hurts me. It hurts a lot of us to have somebody sort of put down our culture in any way because we have made so many contributions. The book is thick, you know, with all the contributions that we have made here in the U.S. And we deserve better than the way that we get treated. That's for sure, you know.
Yes, I hear.
But I don't want to get into the politics. I want to keep this a positive interview with you, Betty.
There is a picture here, Carlos, that you need to talk to me about, and it's a picture with you and Dolores Huerta. You are smiling ear to ear, mira nomás, and I think that's your wife, if I'm not wrong, right next to Dolores. That's quite the picture.
So get this. When I was invited to exhibit at the Mexican Heritage Center, there in Stockton, I was speaking with a young lady that was at the time the director of the gallery, and it took about 2 years for us to actually mount that exhibition and to make it happen.
2 years is a long time. ¿Por qué tan largo?
These things they don't happen overnight. You know,
yes.
They take time to happen. But it happens that her tia or her Nina, I'm not sure which one it is, tia or Nina, is Dolores Huerta. And I came to find out that Dolores was actually one of the original founders of the Mexican Heritage Center.
Wow, I didn't know that, Carlos. Wow, I learned something new.
Nina, and more than that, she also lived literally back in the 60s, when I first arrived in Stockton, she actually lived 1 block away from me.
Well, I know Stockton was her home, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when I went to go see the gallery for the first time, I didn't know, because they wanted me to come down to talk to them and so forth. I went down to the gallery for the first time. I had not been in downtown Stockton for a long time. So I showed up in Stockton and I went to the address where the gallery was. And I'll be damned, Can I say damn on the radio?
Oops.
I guess I just said it.
Beep.
Well, I'll be darned if when I showed up at the gallery is actually in the building that used to be Tabuchi.
Yes, I remember. I used to shop there.
The Tabuchi clothing store.
Yes.
Well, guess what? I
What?
used to live right across the street.
Oh, my
at the
goodness.
Park Hotel.
You're back in the same neighborhood.
Exactly. And so I tell people the story, and I tell them that I literally made one big circle, and I haven't gone very far.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I asked the young lady there was the executive director at the time. I asked her. I said, "Hey, do you think you could invite Dolores Huerta for me?" I don't know how I could get a hold of her. And you know what? She invited her, and she accepted.
Oh,
and she
that
showed
is
up
so
the day of
wonderful.
my opening, and I couldn't believe it. I was beyond myself.
Oh,
That
Carlos,
Dolores Huerta,
that's pretty
she actually
special.
Took the train. She actually took the train from where she lives down by Bakersfield,
Mira
all the
nomás.
way up to Stockton, so that she can come to my opening.
Qué corazón, qué
I
corazón.
was
Qué
so
mujer.
honored to have her there, and you can imagine. I mean, the picture tells a thousand words, right?
Yes.
I'm smiling from end to end. I mean,
Yeah, oh
how
my
much
goodness,
better
the
could
biggest
it
smile
get?
ever. Yep.
Right, and of course, you know, I had done various different projects throughout my career that had to do with Dolores Huerta. A few years back, before I met her in person, I had been commissioned to design a poster. It was a commemorative poster of, I believe it was her 70th birthday, and so I designed it for her. I met her then, and then when she came to the gallery, I was just ecstatic that she was there. Because
Pretty special.
You know, el movimiento, Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta has always been really, really close to my heart.
Yes.
Being Mexicano, being Chicano, it's what we were fighting for. We were fighting to get a better education,
Yes.
to get better pay for wages and so forth.
Yeah.
Back, and it started with that
To be
movement.
treated fairly. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it started with that movement. And so for her to come the night of my opening reception, it was just a blessing in disguise. I mean, it was fantastic.
Made it extra special, that's for sure.
Yeah. So that's the story behind that photograph that you were showing.
I'm still showing it.
She-
Matter of
she-
fact,
I
while you're
believe she-
talking about it, yeah, I've had it on the whole time. And that's a
Yeah.
great picture.
Yeah, and yes, the other person in the photograph is my wife, Annalisa.
Okay.
And she obviously has been, you know, very supportive of all the work that I've done, and I thank her very much for putting up with me. Right? No, she really, she has to put up live with an artist. It's not easy sometimes, right?
Right. But you know what? Things are happening for you, and I'm so happy. I'm proud of you. You know, you've accomplished a
Thank
lot,
you.
and you're a beautiful example. And, you know, when youth see that, you know, that's where they end up starting to follow the individuals that, you know, leave a really big impression in their hearts. And so I'm glad that I was able to get a hold of you today, because this is important. And I've been telling you, you know what, Carlos, you gotta call me. We gotta get you on the air. We gotta, you know, if you don't come in, at least maybe we could do an interview on the phone. And it happened today, so I'm really happy.
Well, look, how long have you and I have been talking about this? At least 2 years.
Well, let's see, here at this location, I would say about 1.5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and this
Yeah, so
community
about a
radio
year and a
station
half.
is for the community, and that's the part that I love, everything about this
Yeah,
radio
sure.
station, because it's para la gente, de la gente, you know?
Absolutely. No, you're doing some great things, too. I was really happy to go to the event that you mounted up at in Lodi. I forget the name of the park out there in Lodi, where we had the reunion for Delta, the Delta Junior College reunion, Chicano reunion.
Yes,
that was
yes,
fantastic.
I actually
really
did
enjoyed
that. I wanted to continue it, but I had too many events that I was promoting. So, yeah, that was Delta College Reunites. Delta Reunites alumni. And so, yeah, I was trying to get everyone to come out and be part of that event. But the one that I really put a lot of concentration on and a lot of time is the Chicano Community Program Radio reunion and with KXVS, because I'm continuing what we had started back then as a Chicano Community Program, and found out later they changed it to Sabor Latino. And so I decided, you know what, we're going to continue that program with this new community radio station. And how cool is that to be able to bring it back and grow that program? And so it is now this year is going to be the 4th annual of the Chicano Community Program. And definitely I want you to be part of it this year. And it's going to be in September. It will be the 4th. And it's bringing in all of the local bands, bringing in, a lot of local talent, artists. And I need you. And so that I'm going to continue it. This is something that I can do. And I started it back when I first came home, because I asked, when was the last time we had a reunion of the Chicano Community Program or even Delta? And they told me nobody has ever done it. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to do it. And so that's when it started, and I started to get a hold of people. There's a lot of differences in individuals, and especially, me being a female, Carlos, sometimes I get the feeling like men just don't want a female to do certain things. And you know what? I've always been a promoter. I've always been part of the radio, and especially for the community. And I always will be. That's something that will never cease to exist. I'm going to continue doing that because I believe in it. And I believe in radio. I believe in community radio, giving the voice back to the community, so that way they are able to come in and share the good news, whatever it may be. If it's an event, to promote, if it's family resources to help out las familias out there, I'm there. If it's a new business, hey, I'm here to give you that patadita, get you started. Why not? And so,
hey, you're on fire. You're on fire. That's all I gotta say.
Bless your heart.
You've done so much to project la cultura de nosotros in Stockton. I mean, I thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Important. That means a lot.
It's extremely important that we continue. The struggle is never going to go away until we get to a place where we feel accepted and understood, and that there's clarity about who we truly are here in the Southwest and in the United States.
Right.
It's our identity is strong. We have a very strong identity as Mexicanos, as Latinos. We have a great identity, and we need to keep pushing and telling our stories and putting things in the right perspective, so that our kids, our families, and so forth will benefit from it in down the road.
And that's the whole idea about this, Carlos. I truly believe in this Chicano Community Program radio reunion with KXVS. I'm going to keep tradition alive. This event is going to do that. And I keep hearing more and more that our youth are losing our cultura, traditions. They're losing our language. And I'm saying, nope, not going to allow that. No. This event is going to teach them all over again. This event is going to bring cultura back into their hearts. This event, I'm really planning this event in a big way this year, where we are going to teach our youth that have forgotten a little bit and bring them back. And let them get a little taste of the roots, because you know what? I could see that. And if we have an event that teaches them all over again and, gives them reason to partake and be part of and learn their tradition and let them know where their families are from and show them in the map, qué parte de Mexico vienen, you know, if it's Chihuahua, if it's Michoacán, if it's Jalisco. That's where my parents are from. And, you know,
every Mexicano is represented right here in Stockton.
Yeah.
Stockton is a very special place.
It's a melting pot of mexicanismo por donde quiera.
Even with all the difficulties that it's had, you know, having to have file bankruptcy and so forth, and the struggle to get out of that situation has been great. I mean, it's moving in the right direction.
I agree.
There's still a lot of things that need to be refined, but you refine as you go.
Exactly.
You know, you make it better as you go. But I have nothing but fond memories of my life in Stockton.
So do I.
I mean, it was very fortuitous that my mom, she knew a family there. It was Las Casillas family that helped her to actually make it to Stockton from Mexico. So, you know, back in the day when the Mexicanos, and still today, when they first come to this country, they always gravitate almost like a magnet, you know, to where there's familia of some kind, you know, that will help them, that will nurture them to come here and to hopefully lead and have a better life than they've had wherever they've come from, you know.
Yes.
And so I've been blessed in that way. My mom was, like I said, from the very beginning, she was very determined that the main goal for her, she was a single parent, that bringing us here to the U.S. was mainly to have her kids have a better education.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom's name is Aurea David Navarro. That was my mom's name. We lived on the south side, down a few different places that we lived. We originally lived, like I said, in downtown Stockton, and then we spent a few years there, and then we lived out. Going out towards the naval base. There used to be some barracks.
Yes.
Basically, there were naval barracks that were rented to low-income people. I forget the name of that area, but it was as you went out towards the naval base, it was on the left-hand side, short of box track. Box track was a little bit further.
It wasn't called Bragg's, was it?
Lewis.
Huh.
It was by Tilly Lewis.
Okay.
On that side, but like maybe about a half mile before you got to Tilly Lewis, and then if you continue beyond Tilly Lewis, cannery there, if you continue, you went to the left, you went to box track, and then if you continue on, you went out to the naval base, out there by the water. And and then we lived in Conway Home. I'm a Conway Home boy.
Wow.
Grew up in Conway Home.
Okay.
Went to Zachary Taylor Grammar School, and then went to Marshall Junior High School.
Marshall. Were you bused
Marshall
there,
Junior High
Carlos?
School.
Wow.
Huh?
Marshall.
Yeah.
That's clear on the other
Marshall.
side. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's south side.
Okay.
And then eventually my mom moved to Corona Park. Corona Park, there off of Lincoln Avenue. We lived off of Lincoln Avenue and 5th Street.
Okay.
Right, not too far from walking. It was walking distance. My mom was always thinking, I think. She was always thinking, I need to get a place where my kids can easily walk to school, right?
Yes.
And so she was always
thinking
trying
about
to
safety
position,
too. Yeah.
That thing. And so she ended up getting a rental there in Corona Park, and I went to Edison. I ran track and field, cross country at Edison. I was involved with the Stockton Police Drum and Bugle Corps.
Oh,
the Stockton Police Commodore.
impressive. Good for you.
Yeah, and then I ran, like I said, I ran track and field for Edison, and I also ran track and field for Delta as well.
Wow, you're quite the athlete then. That's great.
Yeah, we were clocking, when I was at Delta, we were clocking 4:15 miles.
Wow.
You know, that's the kind of time that we were clocking. It was, but just, you know, there's a little park with a little lake over there not too far from Delta where the coaches take us to run. I think it's called, is it called Victory Park?
Victory Park, I think you're right.
Yeah, or something like that. It's in the nice area of Stockton. Back in the day, when you lived on the south side, the north side was the nice area, right?
Yes.
And,
well, Victory Park today is a pretty well-known park. A lot of familias go out there to walk,
isn't that where they have
to listen to music.
Fireworks? Isn't that where they have the fireworks every year?
No, the fireworks would be downtown by the Delta.
They have them by the waterfront.
Yes,
right?
by the Delta.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, I think they used to have it at the Victory Park.
Oh, okay. I didn't attend there
I
when
believe.
it was happening
Unless that's not the name of the park.
Say the name again.
But I said, hopefully Victory Park is the right park that I'm thinking of. It has a little lake in the middle of it, and it's actually not too far away from where Pacific Avenue begins on Harding.
Unless you're talking about, I call it Dad's Point, over there by Mont Diablo, that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Because the Delta flows right beside the
Delta's
park.
Not too far from it. It's almost in line with it.
Okay.
So what's the
Lewis
name of that
Park is what they call it. Lewis Park.
Lewis Park.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
See, Victory Park isn't too far from Lewis Park as well. And so, but the one with the water, water running, the Delta running beside it.
Right.
That's
It has
right
a little
there.
lake.
Lewis
has a little
Park.
lake in the middle and a really beautiful grass area.
Yeah.
Just some great things, some really nice things that I recall from living in Stockton. It was a great time to grow up in Stockton. It was a time, you know, back in the 60s when we arrived in Stockton, downtown where it was at.
Yes,
happening
downtown was alive.
And I'm glad to see all the movement today of trying to revitalize downtown. So very important. San Jose, where I live now, went through that same ordeal.
Yes.
Where, you know, after we had this urban sprawl, you know.
All the businesses flocked out north and just kind of
Exactly.
abandoned downtown.
Everybody went different directions. They built little malls and shopping centers everywhere, and downtown died.
Just abandoned it.
Pretty much. But it didn't, not only in Stockton, it died pretty much across America.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what? Stockton it's coming alive again, Carlos. It's really good.
I know. Hey, look, if you want to go dancing, if you want to go have entertainment, I see so much more entertainment in Stockton going on today.
Civic Auditorium, Stockton Civic Center. I remember back then when Los Ferredis would come out, Los Tigres del Norte, and I'd go to the dances over there. You know, the Civic Auditorium is still pretty much alive. Of course, we have, you know, the arena. We have the University Plaza. We have a lot of really nice buildings where, you know, people could come in and rent the place to have their events. And, you know, downtown is pretty much alive. And now we have the new courthouse. It's a beautiful building. I haven't been in there yet, but eventually I will. I'll take a little tour. But it's a beautiful building. And like I said, downtown Stockton has come alive. And I love the fact that we're located over here off the Miracle Mile because there's a lot of history here. We're actually in the Peace and Justice building. This building's been here for, I don't know, built in the 50s.
Right, exactly. No, beautiful architecture.
Yes.
You know, from the 40s and 50s, really nice. We used to go to all the theater houses like the Fox Theater, and then there was at the time back in the 60s, it was happening downtown. It was very vibrant. There was a lot of commerce and a lot of businesses down in Stockton. And I'm just glad to see it all sort of begin to be revitalized and be used, so that it could be a vibrant city, like any other place.
Yeah, and
It's a
we
great
have
place to
plans
grow
of
up.
having events over here in downtown Stockton to bring more people to enjoy entertainment here. And so
Sure.
that's one of our radio station plans, is to do more downtown events, for the community.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great. I think that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else you want me to elaborate on?
Well, whenever that you have something coming up, you give me a call and we'll plug it for you. We'll add some more information so that way the community knows exactly what you're doing and when it's going to happen and whatever it may be. This is your community radio, Carlos, and so I'm just glad that I was able to get a hold of you today and have this interview because we were overdue, I've been waiting and praying
Yeah,
that it's going to
were.
happen anytime now, Hope Carlos will agree to this. But listen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
When it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
It's meant to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Hay una razón para todo, ¿verdad? Everything happens
That's
for a
right.
reason, and I truly believe that. And so it's been a pleasure, Carlos. And, you have us for whenever you need us. You have anything in mind that you'd like to share, a new event of any kind, or even contacts, individuals that you would like to turn us on to, because I would love to interview anybody that you may have that is making a difference in the community, making a difference in la gente, in la familia, las vidas de la gente. Hey, I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm always looking.
One of the other things that I want to say that's really exciting that I see from my vantage point with regards to Stockton right now, it has a really good, vibrant art community. Every time I turn around, there's an exhibit here, there's an exhibit there. I'm also affiliated with a gallery that's on the Miracle Mile. It's called Art Expression.
Art Expressions.
Art Expression.
Yeah, I was part
Art
of that.
Expression.
Yeah.
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 I'm affiliated with that gallery. They carry some of my work there. If anybody's interested in seeing my work, right there in Stockton, go to Art
Expression.
Art Expression
Yes.
Gallery on the Miracle Mile, and Vera.
Ana and
I
Arturo
believe you
Vera.
know her.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know
Ana
them
and
very
Arturo
well.
Vera.
Beautiful family.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Wonderful family.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the magic continues.
Well, it's good to know that your work, you're actually showing some of your work there. How many pieces do you have there, Carlos?
I think currently they have 4 pieces there.
12?
4
pieces.
Cuatro.
Okay.
Cuatro.
I'm going to have to look for them.
Piezas de obras de arte que tienen allí mías right now.
Wonderful. I'll have to look
As a
for
matter
them.
of fact, I'm going to be making a trip down there probably in February because
In February? Okay.
another artist friend of mine, Carlos Lopez, you might know who he is.
Okay.
Carlos Lopez, his sister recently reached out to me and said, they're going to be having an unveiling of the Virgen de Guadalupe that he painted over at Saint, with the one that's off of East Main Street. There's a church out there. I forget the name of it. Is it St. Gertrude?
St. Gertrude's, yes. There's a church right
Yes.
there. Yes, that's St. Gertrude's.
St. Gertrude's Church. He painted a Virgen de Guadalupe that I saw pictures of. It blew me away, man.
Wow.
My tocayo Carlos Lopez is a fabulous artist. I remember when I was in Stockton, living in Stockton, he was so already sort of like an artistic genius, doing his thing,
Wow.
And I remember saying, God, I want to be just like him.
Impressive. Impressive. Well,
Yeah.
I would love to have an interview with him. If you guys are going to be together for the month of February and coming out, then I might as well take advantage of that. So Sabor Latino is Monday through Friday, 4 to 6. So,
hey, can you maybe take it live out to when they do the unveiling of this piece?
Depending on what time it is, I can record it and I can bring it back and probably
we're trying
play
to
it.
gather the We're trying to gather the information as to the date and the time that it's going to be. As soon as I have that information, I'll make
Pass
sure
it
you
down to
have
me.
to do
Yes, and we'll make
Okay?
it work. We will do something.
Right on. Because I think that a lot of times artists they don't get the opportunities, and I'm the kind of artist that will sort of make it a point to put myself in front of people, so that not just for myself, because I'm not a selfish person like that. I always look out for my colleagues and other artists. I'm always supporting the different projects that they have. In fact, the Arts Expression Gallery is going to be having, I believe, either later this month or early February sometime. I'm not sure the date. They have an annual event called Soup
Super. Yes, I actually painted some of their bowls and we fired them, and a work of art. I love doing that because, of course, you see your work after it's been fired, and these bowls are every single one is unique, and I really got into it. Oh my goodness, I produced so many, and when the event came, it was like an auction. A lot of artists, donated their pieces, and they raised a lot of money. And,
exactly.
And everybody comes in with the bowl, and you taste all the soups that are there. And let me tell you, some of those soups, delicious. Oh my goodness, my mouth just waters when I think about it.
I think it's a great programming they have out there, and that project is actually coming out soon. Like I said, I'm not sure of the date, but perhaps you can begin to put them out there. I know you probably are already.
Yeah,
putting,
I mean, hey,
that out there.
I'm for that, sure.
Right
so,
on.
Hey, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go because, oh my goodness, we've been an hour interview, which I think is wonderful because we're going to be able to play this. We're going to put it on the loop and play it over and over so people can actually listen and enjoy all the information that we gave today. So, Carlos, it's been a pleasure, un placer, como siempre. And, always let me know what's happening out there. And if you're in the area, look me up and we'll get you in here so that way we could do a face-to-face, cara-a-cara interview.
Sí.
And con tu tocayo Carlos también, ¿ok?
Yeah. Betty, mira, el placer es mío, ¿ok? It is mío. And I thank you for reaching out to me. I greatly appreciate it. And folks, stay tuned. There's a lot of good things that this radio station is doing, and that Betty has been moving and shaking the life and la cultura mexicana, latina there in Stockton. So thank you very much, Betty, for having me on.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Carlos. Un placer. And like I said, let's keep in touch and let's let the community know qué está pasando con la raza and whatever events may be, happening, whether local or even San Jose también, just let me know and we'll put it out, okay? All right.
I will.
Un placer, un abrazo fuerte. You take care and, we'll be in touch, okay?
Sí, abrazos a todos.
Abrazo, Carlos.
Abrazos fuertes. Okay?
Fuertes.
Because when you hug, you got to do it like you mean it.
Like you mean it, con mucho sentimiento, right?
That's right.
Gotcha, Carlos.
Orale.
Cuídate.
All right.
You take care.
Adios.
God bless. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Buenas.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Well, you heard it right here, KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton, and you were in tune to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. What a pleasure to talk with Carlos Perez. What an artist, let me tell you. very, very, very awesome artist. And so I'm just happy that I was able to get a hold of him and get him on here so that we could do an interview and share his information with the community. You could do that for somebody else. If you have somebody in mind, please send me their name, their phone number, and I will get them on air. Okay? Okay. The number here to the station is 209-467-4455. Give me a call. Let me know if you have somebody in mind that I could interview. If you have an event, if you have a new business, a product, something that's coming up, and you want to put it out there in the community, give us a call right here, KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton, and we will make sure that we will promote you in a big way. And of course, we do need everyone to become members so that way you can also help us out, being that we are nonprofit. Look us up on thevoiceofstockton.org and you will find all the forms needed to become a member. It's only like $25. You can support us that way. The beginning of the year, do a good deed and support your community radio station, KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. Tierra Tonight.
Love is strong
Oh my goodness, that music was just so beautiful. Of course, that was Tierra with Tonight. And then I have Suavecito here with Malo. Right here on KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton, Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez.
La
Aunque quiera olvidarme, ha de ser imposible, porque eterno recuerdo tendrá siempre de mí. Mis caricias serán el fantasma terrible de lo mucho que sufro, de lo mucho que sufro, alejado de ti. Aunque quiera olvidarme, ha de ser imposible, porque eterno recuerdo tendrá siempre de mí. Mis caricias serán el fantasma terrible de lo mucho que sufro, de lo mucho que sufro, alejado de ti. Por doquiera que mire, verás lobregueces, y si busco otro amor, hallarás soledad, porque todo el que olvida recoge esquiveces, donde quiera que siembra, donde quiera que siembra la flor de amistad. Quiero que mire, verás lobregueces, y si busco otro amor, hallarás soledad, porque todo el que olvida recoge esquiveces, donde quiera que siembra, donde quiera que siembra la flor de amistad.
What beautiful music we have right here. And of course, that was Olvido with Trio Matamoros. The one before that was Malo with Suavecito. And then I had Tierra with Tonight. And of course, you are listening to KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. And you are in tune to Sabor Latino, right here with Betty Ramirez. And this one here is called a Serenata Huasteca from Timoteo El Charro.
Canto al pie de tu ventana, pa' que sepas que te quiero. Tú a mí no me quieres nada, pero yo por ti me muero. Dicen que ando muy cerrado, que despierte de mi sueño, pero se han equivocado, porque yo he de ser tu dueño. ¿Qué voy a hacer si de veras te quiero y ya te adoré? Y olvidarte no puedo. Dicen que para conseguirte necesito una fortuna, que debo bajar del cielo las estrellas y la luna. Yo no bajaré la luna ni las estrellas tampoco, y aunque no tengo fortuna me querrás poquito a poco. ¿Qué voy a hacer si de veras te quiero y ya te adoré y olvidarte no puedo? que hay muchas mujeres y que sobra que me quiera, pero ninguna me importa, solo pienso en ti, morena. Mi corazón te has cogido y llorar no quiero verlo. Ya pobre mucho ha sufrido y ahora tienes que quererlo. ¿Qué voy a hacer si de veras te quiero y ya te adoré y olvidarte no puedo? ¿Qué voy a hacer si de veras te quiero y ya te adoré y olvidarte no puedo? ¡Hey!
Gracias a la vida
que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos luceros
que cuando los abro perfecto distingo lo negro del blanco y en el alto cielo su fondo estrellado y en las multitudes la mujer que yo amo. Gracias a la vida
que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado el sonido
y el abecedario con las palabras que pienso y declaro. Madre, amigo, hermano y luz alumbrando la ruta del alma de la que yo amo. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto,
me dio el corazón
que agita su marco cuando miro el fruto del cerebro humano, cuando miro al bueno tan lejos del malo, cuando miro el fondo de sus ojos claros. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la risa y me ha dado el llanto. Así yo distingo dicha de quebranto, los dos materiales que forman mi canto, el canto de ustedes que es el mismo canto, el canto de todos que es mi propio canto. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto.
música del mariachi. Wow. Yow! And some more música de mariachi. Esto es Betty Ramirez, Sabor Latino. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I shall see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Sabor Latino con Betty Ramirez.
Para
La
cantar
bamba.
la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia y otra cosita y arriba y arriba, arriba y arriba y arriba iré. Yo no soy marinero, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré.
Cuando canto la bamba yo estoy contento porque yo me acompaño con mi instrumento. Arriba y arriba, arriba y arriba, arriba iré. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán.
Qué bonita es la bamba en la madrugada cuando todos la bailan en la enramada y arriba y arriba, ay arriba y arriba que arriba irán. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán.
Te pido de compasión que se acabe la bamba y vengo otro son, arriba y arriba, arriba y arriba y arriba iré. Yo no soy marinero, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré.
Toda mi vida viví en el campo de Cuba. Ahí crecí, le cuento a mis hijos cómo era la vida que yo llevaba de niño y no me lo creen. Porque en vez de bañarme en la piscina como ellos hacen de la casa, yo me bañaba en el río. En vez de tomar esa leche pasteurizada y homogeneizada, yo tomaba la leche, mira, de la ubre de la vaca directamente. Y en vez de montar bicicleta y motocicleta y todos los patines esos electrónicos, yo montaba a caballo, vaya. A caballo. Para que te enteres. ¿Tú sabes por qué? ¿Tú sabes por qué? Porque yo soy guajiro. Vaya. A ver. Yo soy de un pueblo pequeño al sur del Cañaveral. Aquel que quiera le enseño mi corazón de coral. Entre la iglesia y el cura, entre el sinsonte y el gallo, entre pinar y herradura, míralo, yo siempre andaba a caballo. Soy guajiro, yeah, yeah. Soy guajiro, para que cante mi coro. Soy guajiro, yeah, yeah. Dímelo, soy guajiro. Soy guajiro. La guardarraya me saca todos los días a pasear. Tomando leche de vaca acabada de ordeñar. Entre el parque y la glorieta, entre el palmar y el bohío, entre el buey y la carreta, chuculum, yo me bañaba en el río. Soy guajiro, ¿cómo es ese coro? Soy guajiro, para que cante la calle 8. Soy guajiro, yeah, yeah. Cántala otra vez. Soy guajiro. sabe a café. Y mi bolsillo es tan flaco que de perfil no se ve. Entre el zum zum y el jilguero, el muerto y la funeraria, fiestando el 2 de febrero, oh, el día de la Candelaria. Soy guajiro, ¿cómo? Dímelo. Soy guajiro. Para que cante mi coro. Soy guajiro. Hey, hey. Dímelo otra vez. Soy guajiro. ¿Cómo fue? ¿Cómo fue? Soy guajiro. A ver. Yes, man. En la campiña me inspiro. Ponte colla, Clodomiro. Yo toco tres, yo toco maraca y güiro. ¿Cómo? ¡Alabao! Gracias, mi gente.
Attention, Stockton. Are you experiencing a transition in business, relationships, health, or your life purpose? I'm Darius Oliver, and I help people to look within and find clarity and direction in their constantly changing lives. Tune in and listen with me as I go deep into your patterns and personal cycles through divine numerology. Any life transition you're experiencing can be illuminated by in-depth analysis of your chart. For the first time in Stockton, you now have access to a professional numerologist here to help you light your own way. I'm in the booth to help you find your own truth. Tune in to Divine Numerology every Friday at 3 p.m. on The Voice of Stockton.
KXVS 92.1 coming soon.
KXVS.
Soldier boy, oh my little soldier boy, I need you. You were my first love, and you'll be my last love. I will never
KXVS on 92.1. Coming soon.
This has been previously recorded on KXVS, the voice of Stockton.
Welcome to KXVS, the voice of Stockton, and it's time for Delta Flows with your host, Barbara Barragan-Perea.
Thank you, Don. Welcome to Delta Flows. This is the show that is everything about the Sacramento, San Joaquin Delta and the San Francisco Bay Delta estuary. I'm Barbara Barragan-Perea, and today joining me is Dan Bacher. Dan is the editor of Fish Sniffer magazine and an outdoor columnist for the Stockton Record. Today we're going to talk with Dan about fishing in the Delta. Good morning, Dan, and welcome.
Morning, Barbara.
We're glad to have you here today. And, you know, one of the things that we want to talk about first with people is that even though people live in this region, many don't know that the Delta is part of the San Francisco Bay Delta estuary, and that's the largest estuary on the west coast of the Americas. And many people don't know about the significance of the Delta as a fishery. So, starting off, I was hoping you could describe for our listeners, as an on-the-ground expert, what people have fished for in the past in the Delta. How did you end up starting a lifelong fascination with fishing? And what do people fish for in the Delta now?
Well, first of all, my initial introduction to fishing in the Delta was when my dad took me to fish for catfish and striped bass in Miners Slough back when I was 10 years old. And that was just awesome. I caught 3 catfish right away. They fought so hard, I thought they were like salmon. And my dad wasn't much a fisherman, but we figured it out and got some advice from people. And since that time, I've been fishing the Delta and the San Francisco Bay Estuary and a bunch of other places throughout northern and central California. So and it was just like I'd been fishing before, like trout fishing in the mountains once, and I also fished off Capitola, but it was that day that was the thing that really got me involved in fishing.
And hooked on fishing for your entire life.
Right.
Okay. So tell me then, what if people, historically fished for in the Delta? You've had a whole lifetime of fishing. And you still have many more years to fish, but and are you seeing a change in the fisheries compared to the past to what people are fishing for now?
Well, pretty much all the species in the Delta, with one exception, people still catch that existed here historically, both the native species and the introduced species. And the main fisheries in the Delta, kind of the iconic one, because you have this annual Rio Vista Striped Bass Derby and Festival, is a striper that came from the East Coast, first with a release of 132 small striped bass in Martinez in 1879, and then in 1882, another 300 were released in Sassoon Bay, and that was, that's one of the most popular fisheries in the Delta, probably with the exception of catfish. More people fish for the striped bass than anything else, but these are the species that anglers target. There's the striped bass, there's sturgeon, white sturgeon. You can't keep the green sturgeon because they're endangered. There's salmon, that's mainly Chinook salmon now, and you can only target fall Chinook salmon. There's also black bass, including largemouth, spotted, and smallmouth bass, but mainly the majority are largemouth and smallmouth bass. There's a number of species of sunfish, including the bluegill, crappie, both black and white crappie, green sunfish, and red-eared sunfish. There's basically 3 varieties of catfish you can target: channel catfish, white catfish, and blue catfish, which are found mainly in the southern San Joaquin River from Mossdale down to near Modesto. And there's other species that anglers catch too, like starry flounder, which spawns in the Sacramento River in the Rio Vista area. So you have a mixture of resident species and migratory fish that you can fish for in the Delta. But the interesting thing is that the one sunfish that was the native fish that was here in the millions before the Delta became, was farmed and you had the levees put in, was the Sacramento perch. That's the only native sunfish that's found on the West Coast and found in California, and was native to the Delta, and that's pretty much gone. I have never seen a picture of anybody catching one, and they were gone by the 20s or 30s. You can find them elsewhere in lakes where they've been planted, like in Crowley Lake in California. But those are the species that anglers target, and so it's you could write a book, or there have been books like Striped Bass that my colleague Cal Kellogg wrote, and I did the introduction for it, just about striped bass on the Delta. That's a whole over 200-page book. So so there's all sorts of opportunities, and they have declined, but there's still, if you want to catch fish, there's still plenty of opportunities.
So that brings me to our next question, which is, can you describe for us what are the state of the fisheries? I want to say maybe over the last 10 years with a little bit of talk of impact from the drought, and then what are you seeing happening this year?
Well, the striped bass is one of the ones that's been most impacted by the pumping in the Delta, and these fish, they were introduced from the East Coast, but within 10 years there was a commercial fishery that had been established, and that ended in 1935. So they're just a sport fish. And the heyday of the striped bass, the historical highs were in the 1960s when I was a kid, and there was an estimated 3.5 million. It supported a big industry of party boats and guides throughout the whole San Francisco Bay Delta estuary. And this is caught, you find the striped bass everywhere in all the San Joaquin River and the Sacramento River system. And they've declined. It's hard to